Good morning and welcome back to my channel. This is Venus from Heart's Desire by Venus. And today I am going to show you how to use a binding system and make it so that you can do both a flip book and you can add a junk journal, a journal in the spine as well. 2 episodes back, I showed you how to make the cover for a book. And I'm doing a new series, Back to Basics. It's just kind of refreshing our memories on things that we've learned earlier on that sometimes we forget about, and or we've grown since we've done that and we've now come up with better ways of doing it or how to alter it. So I'm going to show you how I do my spines. So for these kind of books I'm doing, it's a hybrid. So I do part flip book, part junk journal. And I really like that because the flip book pages allow me to get really difficult with, or not difficult, but add a lot of flips and flaps, pockets and tucks to a little thicker cardstock. And I just feel that I like that in conjunction with adding a traditional junk journal in there as well. So in order to be able to accomplish both of these, I do a stack the deck binding system. It's been slightly altered. Now, I'm not saying I've come up with this idea at all, especially not stack the deck. But this is how I use it and what I've tweaked to go around to make it work for me. And hopefully this will work for you if you're interested in doing it this kind of way as well. So once I've made my cover here, we did this in the 2 videos back. I measured my spine here because I want to add this stack the deck in there. But as you can see, you don't want it to be bigger than your spine. So I measure my spine. And for this particular one, let me get my ruler here. This particular spine on this book is 2.5 inches wide. So, and once you've done this once, you'll be able to alter this to fit any kind of spine size. So what I have done is when I'm creating the stack the deck, I kind of figure out how many signatures or fold spots that I do want. Usually in a book this size, a 2.5 inch spine, I usually do 4 flaps, which also allows me to do 1 thicker signature in the middle. So when I'm doing that, I always start with my base, stack the deck. So here's my base one, which is the middle one. And I do a 1/2 inch on 1 flap, a 1/2 inch space in the middle, and a 1/2 inch on the other side. So that is a 1.5 inch. And then as you're going forward, you just increase it. So you can see here, this is my base of the second piece, and it fits exactly this size. And then you add another 1/2 inch on here as well. And then when you attach all these at the end, you will have 4 flaps that you can do. Now, if you wanted to order another 6 flaps, you would take this measurement, add a 1/2 inch on each side, scoring it down, and then that would give you another 2 fins, just depending on the size of your book. So again, just in case that didn't make sense, I start with my inner one. You also got to make sure that this outer one doesn't go any wider than your spine. So it depends. Sometimes if I'm going to make a bigger book, I will start by making my binding system first, and then I will measure out how big it is and make sure that I make the book with the spine that big. Or you can do what I'm doing here is I've already pre-made it. So I'm making my fin system here, or stack the deck, to fit that size. So really there's 2 ways about doing it. So once you've scored, and I ink them up because you do see them a bit, you score and ink them up. What I do next is in the middle one here, I will use a 5-hole pamphlet stitch to add, got a piece of string, to add my signature to. So I don't attach these right away because I don't want my string to go through my spine. I'm hiding it all. So what I have done is here, you can see I've already attached my outside flappy part. I don't even know what you want to call it. And I've actually already attached some pages to the first spine. So then this in here is where the second one would go. But I'm not going to attach that yet. I like to stitch in first and then attach it so that you're hiding all my stitching on the underside. So then you don't have to see it. I'm just going to get my thread here. Is that piece long enough? No, of course not. Cut a bigger piece. So now I'm just going to stitch in my signature. And because you've got a 1/2 inch gap in the middle, you can put in quite a chunky one. If you're doing, if you're doing a lot of pages, you can add a lot of pages there. Or I use a few pages, but I will embellish them. So it's going to add a little bit more bulk. But you've got that right in the middle of the book, so it's very easy to see how much space you've got. So I'm not going to show you the pamphlet stitch. I mean, everybody's got their own version of that. So if you do feel you need to see that, there's plenty of videos out there. But when I'm stitching this in, I usually take my spine. I've got it all lined up. I line it up right in the middle. Space it out properly. And then I just, it would help if I put my mat down first. My hole punching mat. All right, let's try that again. So right in the middle of the crease. Get my pokey tool. And of course, I pokeyed it and I didn't actually center it. My bad. So I'm going to try that again. That was not good. What did they say? Measure once, measure twice, cut once. All right, so there. So I'm just going to start in my middle. And so you're going to do this in reverse because I'm hiding all my stuff in the back side here. So I'm going to stitch it all from the back side, which is always a little awkward in the beginning. There. Oh, that's not good. Let's try that again. Bunched up all my thread. Boy, I'm having some technical difficulties today. That's not good at all. All right. Let's try and thread this needle again properly this time. All right, let's try that again. So start from the back side, stitch it in. My goodness, I'm having struggles today. There we go. Pull it all through. And what I do, because I'm stitching on the back and I have a tendency to forget to look. Oh, my goodness. What? I am going to not use this thread. It's not cooperating with me for stitching. It's a little too, I don't know what. All right, let me put you on hold and I'm going to grab some better thread so I'm not struggling. Hold on. All right, I'm back. That was certainly very painful. I'm having malfunctions with the thread. So let's start again. All right, and as I was saying, when I'm stitching it on the back, I like to pull this out a little bit more here. I like to tape it so that this is just not my day for filming, I think. All right, line it back up. So I like to tape it so that it stays in place while I'm stitching and I don't accidentally pull it through, because obviously today is definitely going to be one of those days. And just keep it in the spine area, but there. All right, so now I'm just going to stitch it in. All the way through. Like you would normally for a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. There. Now I'm getting going. It's a little trickier from the back side at first. There we go. Almost done. And last stitch. All right, so then you can just peel back up your tape now so that you can secure it without worrying. It was on the right side. My goodness. It's funny, you know, I've done this a million times, but today I'm struggling. Oh well, everybody is off on a day. Here we go. All right, so then I still leave a bit of a tail, but again, I want to tape down this tail so it's not slipping. And then when I glue and get it all sorted in here, it's all secure. Okay, just gonna burnish that down. Take that piece off. All right, so now we're going to attach it actually into our binding system here. So I'm going to do one big long piece, and then I am still going to add some wet glue. As most of you know, I do that pretty much for every project. It just gives me instant stick with the tape, but longevity with the glue. Just going to put a bead down the middle. Plus, when you put the tape on there, the glue is not going to seep through your holes because you put it right over top. All right, so now you're just going to attach it like you normally would, right centered in the middle. Let's get this centered, see if I can center this better than I did everything else today. All right, perfect. It's in there. Secure it. I'm just going to make sure it's secure, and then I'm just going to get my pages folded. So now you can see I've got a fin here to do all this kind of flips and flaps and that, but now I have got a section for my junk journal as well. And then here's the other fin. And so 2 more fins here. I just, like I said, I like to add this in here because I like the combination of both systems all in one. I just feel it gives you a little bit more versatility. Now, you can do an elastic binding down here as well, and I have done that, and maybe I will show you on a different video, because then your signature can be removable. But for me, this is, I don't mind this at all. And then as you treat it like a normal junk journal. This is just my coffee dyed paper base. And then I add stuff. I mean, you could put bags or whatever. For this particular project, this customer actually just wanted a very simple signature because I'm putting all these embellishments in this book on the outside. And then basically she will be adding all her own stuff to the blank pages. So not a long video today, but I just thought, in keeping with our back to basics, I just wanted to show you how you can take that Stack the Deck and make it work in a dual purpose book here, or a hybrid as I like to call them. And maybe that will help you out with some of your dilemmas. Anyways, as usual, if you create something with this, please go on over to my Facebook group, Heart's Desire by Venus, and post what you're creating. I'd love to see it. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button. And hopefully I will see you all again soon. Have a great day.